Hey, what's going on, y'all? Got another video here. Just going through some more of my bags here, some more of my kits I got together here, and I thought I'd do a video showing this one. I was actually waiting on another item that I was gonna add in here, or it was actually some DVDs and some movies from or DVDs from Survival Summit. If you haven't heard about Survival Summit or seen any of their videos or DVDs that they have, definitely go check them out. Survival Summit. Yeah, I think it's survivalsummit.com. Anyways, they do a lot of prepping and preparedness survival videos. Black Scouts done a video with them before on escape and evasion, which is actually something I have in this kit. And then they got everything from communication, from navigation, and they got a new guy that was on there. I was looking at what was his name, EJ Snyder, I think his name was, or something like that. Yeah, Snyder was the last name. But anyways, he's got a bunch of videos that he did with them on outdoor survival, wilderness survival, and all that stuff. And it really looked good. They actually had a sale on it. It's normally $200 for the whole complete set of, I think it's like 12 different discs, 12 different DVDs, and a lot of knowledge and information on those. The guy knows what he's talking about. He's a professional in his field. I've never heard of him just till recently, but I kind of looked him up on YouTube, finding out more about him. And they actually had a sale on his DVDs, so instead of $200, it was like $120 for the same package. So, anyways, that's what I was ordering through Survival Summit, and but I'm waiting on that to come in, and that will be something I'll be putting in there. But I just wanted to put that information out there because it looked like a great series of DVDs with a lot of great information. And with Survival Summit, they have tons of different topics and DVDs on prepping, preparedness, and survival. So I highly recommend you checking them out. Grady Beer, Green Beret did some films with them and videos, and so I mean, just really great information. And this kit I have here, I think I talked about in my last video. I was going to be going through it and just show what I got in there. But I have a dry bag with a lot of important books and DVDs that I have in there, and it's basically in a go bag setup. Books that I've gone through, I've read, DVDs I've watched and learned a lot from. But I have them all in this dry bag and ready to go if we had to leave leave home, or in a disaster or SHTF type situation. It has a lot of information and knowledge in these books and skill sets that I want to have, that we can all learn and together, and especially with a group of people or a community of people that in your group, where you can teach others the same things, and the same skills and the same knowledge that you have. So, it's kind of for us as a group, also for the family, and for emergencies. But I got it in a dry bag because I want to protect it so they don't get wet. And if we had to leave home, we could, grab them and go. It's part of my whole bug out system. And anyways, which I just watched a video on, was it City Prepping? I think is the name of his channel. Pretty big channel. He's been around for a while. Anyway, City Prepping just did a video, his recent video, and I was just watching it. I actually left a comment on there too because he really hit the nail on the head as far as this topic goes. But talking about, one of the most important things in survival and preparedness, and in a disaster or SHTF type situation, the most important thing is a community of people and a group of people that you can rely on, that you can trust, that's watching your back and you're watching theirs, and people that you can depend on for a bad situation like that. And that's going to be very important. And I feel the same way. Like he said, City Prepper said, I agree with him 100%. He's actually got experience being overseas, over in Afghanistan. He saw the people over there, and the number one thing he noticed with them as far as survival goes, them making it every day, was having a community and a group of people all with the same mindset and you know, watching out for each other and as a group. That's what helped them survive in those rough, you know, situations or territories or, you know, regions where their people are at. You know, that's what, you know, people, we're meant to be in a group and you know, in a community as far as human beings. And this, the whole lone wolf, you know, way of thinking, or, you know, you're gonna be on your own. You know, some people might be able to survive like that for a short period of time, but for a long period of time, a majority of people are not going to be able to survive with the lone wolf mindset. You really need to be with a group, and a group of people, look out for each other, and people you can depend on. So that was a really good video, and I left a comment on there, and I highly recommend checking that out because he had a lot of great information and a lot of experience from past you know, situations he's been in. So anyways, but you know, the other thing that's important too is knowledge. Also for me, that goes, you know, hand in hand with this kid, is knowledge, skill set, you know, trade sets, you know, stuff we can teach each other, you know, we can learn together and learn new trades and new skills. And but you should have some type of kit put away, you know, ready to go with a lot of books and information and knowledge, you know, that way you have that in a bad situation. And also, you know, practice on it now. I think the only book I'm going to add in here, I was going to pick one up. I had one a while back, but I don't know what happened to it, so I'm going to get another one. But I had a great book on as far as growing crops, gardening and growing crops. I know a lot of people that do that, that have, you know, that know how to grow crops and know how to do all that stuff. I know a little bit of it just from, you know, being a, you know, back in school and, you know, as far as what I've learned throughout my life as far as growing crops. But there's still a lot of stuff I don't know. And I want to get another book with all that information to add into this kit to have, because that's a very important topic. City Prepper also did a video on that, talking about as far as, you know, when food's gone and food shortage, or you can't get any food anymore, and for long-term survival, you know, after all your preps run out, you know, as far as growing crops, you know, what are you going to do? So, and you need to know how to do that before things get bad. So anyways, that's probably one book I would add in there. But I think I've shown this bag before. It's a little heavy too. Also, got a good shoulder workout the other day. My right shoulder still hurt pretty good. So anyways, but yeah, this is the dry bag. I think this was my 3B gear. Yeah, this is a 3B gear dry bag. I've had this bag for a long time, ever since my first bag with them. I purchased this, and it's still in good condition. Like I said, I use it for this kit here, for all my books and DVDs. It's a 15-liter dry bag, but it's yeah, I've had it for a while. I think I'll just put this down here. And anyways, but I was going through my stuff. I got some books. You know, I want to add in a book. I was going to add in more DVDs, but at the same time, I might have to get a bigger dry bag because I'm pretty maxed out on this bag here as far as what I got in it. But do I really need the other books? You know, or the other? No, not really, but definitely something I would like to have. But anyways, but one of the books I have in there, or have in here, that's very important, is a wild edible plant book. This is a very good book here. You can pick this up on Amazon, is where I believe I got it. This book has been out for a long time. The Peterson Field Guides series, America's best-selling field guides. Anyways, a very great, knowledgeable book here. I really like this book too because, you know, it's got the pictures, you know, of all the different plants. It tells you everything from what's edible, what's not edible, what's poisonous. This is for your Eastern, Central, North America areas. But then it has, you know, the pictures of everything, which I have some stuff marked off in here. What was this? Finding edible plants. I had this page marked off. Yeah, how to find edible plants. And then it's yeah, I think I was looking at some different ones in here. But then it shows you kind of like what you can do with those plants and the remedies and all that stuff, as far as, boiling it, or, how to prep it, how to prepare it, what it's good for, what it does. But just a lot of great information in here, and it has all the pictures in here. And one of the good things about, as far as doing the edible thing, beautiful. I got the princess back here, so if you hear, you gonna eat your pancakes? Eat your pancakes and sausage. One of the good things to do, when you're going around collecting wild edibles and learning, is always have like a notepad and a pen, and every plant you find, like draw it, on a paper, and draw it out yourself, and it just helps you remember, that plant and what it was, and then have a notebook, with all the different findings that you find. And it was just like something I learned watching videos on, collecting wild edibles and getting into all this. And something good to do is to have a notepad, and when you do find something, draw it out. It just helps you remember what it looks like. So anyways, but very important book right there, and a survival, emergency, or just have period in everyday life. It's a great hobby, a great thing you can do out there, out in nature, but a very important book, an emergency situation for a long-term food supply. So anyways, the other book I got in here is this was a lot picking from Black Scout Survival. It's a lot picking book that I had got purchased from him a while back, but basically just showing you how to pick a lock, and all the different lock picks. Lock Picking Simplified is the name of the book. I don't know if Jack still has these books out, but very great book. I actually got it here in a Ziploc bag, and then I also got my. This came in my navigation kit. A lot of this stuff came in the navigation kit through the Boss kits. The Boss kit has these, the navigation Boss kit. This is your map reading and land navigation. Great book with a lot of great information on how to navigate. So I got that in there. Plus it kind of got all the supplies that came with the navigation kit. All the different supplies that goes hand in hand with this, as far as learning. And then this was more information that they give you as far as reading maps, different kinds of maps, and all that good stuff, and land navigation. So I got all that in here. I keep it in the Ziploc bag here, that way it's sealed up and waterproof even more. Basically just to keep it together. This was kind of the smaller stuff that I had. So that all stays here. Probably could change out that Ziploc bag here. It's just an old one, but it's just there to keep everything together. One of the most important books I have in here for me is my personal Bible here. I got this when I was baptized. You got it? Okay. My wife and I were baptized, a while back. And I actually purchased this book the day I was baptized, and it was the last Bible at the store that we were at, and it was the only one they had. And anyways, so I went ahead and got it, and this is very important to me, and I have a lot of personal, spiritual things, written down in here and stuff like that. So anyways, but for me, I think I was saying on City Prepper on the comment that I left on his recent video. The other thing that's very important to me, which is kind of number one to me, is my faith in Jesus Christ and my spiritual beliefs. For me, having a group of people, I want to find the same type, like-minded people on that topic as far as spirituality, as far as followers of Jesus Christ. Everybody has their own different beliefs and has their own beliefs on things, but for me, one of the most important things is, we have to agree and have to be on the same page when it comes to that, because I am a follower of Christ, of Jesus Christ. I do believe He's my Lord and Savior, and everything I have is because of Him. And one of the things I said on City Prepping was, He'll provide and protect us, but it's also on us to be ready and to put the work in, when needed. But putting God first is always number one. So anyways, but this book, book is very important to me. So, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Oh, this was part of the navigation. This is just your steps, as far as your stride on your steps, and keeping track of those when you're navigating and traveling, and that way you can tell how far you're going. So I got that, and that comes with the boss kit, navigation boss kit. So you get these with that. That's in there. Just part of the navigation, and then up top here, I got a lot of the DVDs that I have purchased from Survival Summit, and the ones that I have looked at is the survival communications. Communication to me is very important. I think it's going to be one of the most important things too, next to medical, is communication. When cell phones are down, there's no way to get in touch with each other. You got to have other options. And not having a way to communicate with the group or with your spouse or loved ones, friends and family, it would really bother me. And so communications, I think, is very important. This is a great DVD as far as communication goes. You learn a lot from this, and very good. Must-have item in a kit like this, and preps like this. Here's the Black Scout Survival Escape and Invasion, a great DVD, and a lot of great information and knowledge in here as far as if you are captured or you're trying to stay away, evade people finding you. It has a lot of great information in there, and really good DVD. And they do still have both these on there. These ones, I don't think I saw them on there, but this I haven't watched. These are still wrapped up. It's finished. I haven't personally watched the DVDs, but I've watched a lot of the videos already on YouTube regarding this. This was what was her name? She was a Kristen, Rechnitz, Kristen Rechnitz. Well, she's very well known in the preparedness and survival community, and everybody. This was kind of a big one that came out when she brought these out. But these are really good. A lot of great information. How to survive high desert and low mountain environments. But this is really good, especially if you're out there, the Midwest, out in the desert areas and, low mountain areas, out in that type of environment where she's at. This is very good. But it did have a lot of great information as far as survival, and just a really good series of survival DVDs. The one I wanted, the E.J. Snyder, is kind of more of survival and survival knowledge in my area, where I'm at, over on the eastern side over here, down in the south in Florida. So that's why I wanted to get those. This is great for hot environment climates, and then the one I'm going to get from the E.J. Snyder is good for a lot of places, with well, not so much tropical, but more of the eastern side over here. So, anyways, but these are very good ones. Like I said, I haven't opened these, still in the package, but I've watched pretty much all the different videos that they did on these on YouTube. So, but anyways, but this is great for the group, for people to learn. All of us to go through and watch and learn together. You get a bonus one. I was just looking at this one, this two, this three, and then you get a bonus one when I bought these at that time. But anyways, these are some of the Survival Summit ones I have, but they have tons of different topics on there, and so I highly recommend checking those out. As far as the books go, let's see what we got here. This was an outdoor life book. This was just something I put in here because this one was 20 cheap adventures, great hunting and fishing road trips for the tightwad sportsmen. But anyways, they had a lot of great areas as far as traveling. I got this in here just because it was, something for my wife and I, for us in the future if we wanted to do and go to these places. And and also for me, it was also kind of it went good with this kit because if we had to leave home and we're trying to and we're bugging out and we're leaving and we're traveling and we're moving and going, we never know how things would turn out if things really got bad. And it's just good to make sure you got all the areas covered. And God forbid if we had to leave our area and leave our state because of an emergency or some type of disaster. I wanted to have different locations and different places to go. And there's just has some cool places here that I thought were really interesting. And it'd be great to go visit too. That's the other thing I put it in here. Was for that too. So just kind of going through here. Just a lot of different areas. But anyways, that's why I put that in here. Oh, there's one of the books right there. And this is actually one of the books that I have in this kit. This was in this magazine, so that's pretty cool. I didn't notice it before, I think. And then I had another magazine. This actually had 46 skills to stay alive from the back country to your backyard. So this was just an outdoorsman life magazine that had a lot of great information as far as survival and 46 skills. So I put that in here because there was a lot of good little tips in there. And this is some books I got. I even got books in here for the kids. So here's the Bear Grylls. My son, I got this from his school one year. And we read it and went through it, which we've gone through a lot of this information already. But this was something I wanted to make sure I had survival books for the kids. That way they can learn too and be fun and interesting for them, and books that they could read and learn from in a emergency or SHTF type situation. I wanted to have some books like this. Bear Grylls, everybody knows about Bear Grylls and his story, but for the kids, this was a great option. And like I said, my son picked it up at school when he ordered books, and he saw it was Bear Grylls, so that's why he got it back then. This was another one that my son was into, and this is actually just great for entertainment, but also has a lot of great information and knowledge in it for the kids too. So that was for the security. Anyways, this is Brave Adventures with Coyote Peterson. He was on YouTube. We've watched all his videos, and he's been on there for a while. And then he came out with a book. My son wanted to get it, so we went ahead and got it. And but this was another good book for the kids as far as entertainment, but also learning a lot of great information as far as different animals. I mean, he's got all kinds of good info and the do's and don'ts. If you do come across these animals, what you don't want to do and what you should do, and just a lot of great information and knowledge in here. Got some nice little tarantula spiders in there talking about those. But anyways, very good book. Also another one for the kids. And it's Tours Survival. Just trying to see what books I got here. Got some more survival books here for the kids. This was another one that my son picked up, Survival Skills Handbook, Volume 1, Bear Grylls. But this is another good. I really love the pictures in this one. How it really was detailed in that, showing you what to do and plus, the information. But this has all types of stuff. There's navigation, showing how to do navigation. But this is a good book for adults and kids. But this is definitely something I wanted to put in for the kids, and that my son also got at the book fair. Picking up these books and getting him into the whole survival. My oldest one, and then plus the youngest one, getting them into it too. So this was a great navigation book. This is something I picked up from. This is a gentleman, Craig Cardell. He's the author. He's also a survival instructor. Ultimate Wilderness Gear, founder of Nature Reliance School. So yeah, he's the founder of the Nature Reliance School. He's got a school up there, and I'm trying to remember where I think he's up in like the Carolinas or Tennessee, if I remember right. Anyways, this was a great book that he put out on navigation, and this is actually the book he uses for his students when he teaches them navigation. This is the book they all have, and they go through. But this also has, this is a very good book on navigation. Survival Summit has a DVD on navigation, but for me, I wanted more books on this topic that we can read from and learn from than a DVD. So, and I got other navigation books too. But yeah, this was that's a very important, probably one of the best navigation books you could purchase as far as that goes on that topic. And this is Craig Cardell's Extreme Wilderness Survival. Very great book. This is everything from mindset, skills, tactics, and gear. So this is an awesome book. I've read through this whole book. Took a lot of notes and stuff, underlining stuff. And anyways, awesome book here. Highly recommend this one. Don't know if you can get it still, but if you can, I would definitely pick up these two books to add into your prep and survival books kit. Books that you have. Another book here. This is that one I was just showing you, How to Survive. I had picked this up. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I've actually gone through it. But how to survive off grid. But this has a lot of great information on how to survive. Here's a great example right here. But as far as you got a rabbit pen, and you got the fish underneath, so the rabbit pellets are feeding the fish, and it's just a great way to how to cycle, having rabbits, having fish, and how to you can use that as far as cycling. They take care of each other in that area, the cycle of life. But anyways, just a great example right there what's in this book. But this book has a lot of great information in it, and a very detailed, well script. Here's talking about solar, powering up, and how to go about that. Which I have solar panels in there that goes to my Jackery. I did buy the solar panels for the Jackery, and I have brand new ones, not even used, taken out of the box in my preps. But this is another very good book right here, Outdoor Life, Surviving Off the Grid. So there's that one, and then this is another one that my son picked up. This actually came with some little survival items, compass, whistle. I think the book itself, the book has a signal mirror on it, so you can actually use the book. The book actually has cordage on it here on the binder of the book, and you can take that off and use it for cordage. But this book is actually a survival book that has survival items with it, and you could use. And I think the pages too, what was it had? So here's the signal mirror. And then this was these you can take off. These are stickers, but they're yellow arrows, so you can use these for marking, and to mark the trail, or to have people follow you, which way you went, to show people which way you went. And you got these stickers here for marking. And then bless you, princess. Punch out the circle, slit, turn the circle into a cone. Following the direction of the arrows, hold. Alright, so they got this in here where you can make a cup that you can drink out of this. And you got a cup here for water. And obviously you would have to boil water, but it has that in there for drinking. But it was pretty cool. Use pages as fire tender. Remove for extra string. Mark your surroundings. Collect emergency water. Foldable cup. Signal and SOS, or start a fire with the signaling part. Get a fire going with that, so using the sun. So anyways, it was a cool book that my son got at the book fair from his school. A lot of great information in here. Here's talking about building different type shelters, how to build a shelter. So a lot of great information, and another great book for the kids that they would love to learn from. And my son loves this. It's one of his favorites, which he still has the whistle, and I believe the compass and stuff that came with it. And he's got that on his bag. But just another lot of great information and great for the kids. So definitely added that in there for survival. And then this was a book I picked up that I think is very important. You've probably seen the commercial on YouTube, and they talk about it all the time, and it's been out for a while. But this was the lost ways, back from the pioneers, the way of life for them and how they survived out there, in the open plains and traveling back in the Midwest in the Western days, and the pioneers how they survived. And this has a lot of great information on that topic, talking about all the survival skills you can learn from the pioneers and how they made it. And a very good book. I highly recommend having this book in your prepping books, and it's definitely one to have, and a really good book. And that was kind of one of the first ones I picked up for me. Surviving like the pioneers and how they made it. Is very important because back then they didn't have anything, and they made it. They survived. They lived, and they thrived. And to me, I think the pioneers. I guess you could say now the way of the redneck life, or the good old country boy life, is kind of, bless you, it's kind of similar to this. As far as way of life and way of survival, and making it through with very little, but being able to keep going and be able to prosper with very little. Good old rednecks and the country boys are very good at that. And the pioneers also were another group of people that were good at survival and living with very little and making it. So that's a really good book there. And then last one I got in here. This is the Shooter's Bible. This is actually a gift that was given to me. But this, to me, security's next to medical security. It's one of the most important topics to me as far as those two go. And this is the Shooter's Bible. This has all the information and knowledge you need to know and learn about different guns, and just how they work. How to take them apart, how to put them back, and just the different all the information you need to know about any rifle, pistol, or any type of firearm. Throughout the centuries that was made, and just a lot of great information as far as guns go, and definitely an important book. And this is an important book to me to have, so definitely something I wanted to have in here, and then others can learn who don't know a lot about firearms could learn from this book too. So anyways, but yeah, y'all, that's those are all the books I have in my prepping survival kit book of knowledge, and some DVDs and stuff, talking about Survival Summit. But anyways, this is stuff that these books here were important than all the books we have in our little library up there. And these are books that I've gone through and I've read, and and books that my son had for the kids and stuff, that I wanted to make sure if we had to leave home, they were all put into a kit ready to go, and that we would have these all this knowledge and information with us. The only other book that's not in here is the one in my medical kit. When it comes to medical, the Survival Handbook When Help Won't Arrive. I showed that in my video I did on my medical kit bag, and that book stays in that kit. That way we have it there, for that situation. But I keep it in a Ziploc bag to keep it waterproof. But that's the only other book I don't have in here, just because I wanted it in that medical bag, in that kit with all the supplies. So that would be another book I would recommend. Is the Survival Handbook, Survival Medicine Handbook. So anyways, definitely check that out. But anyways, guys, I hope this could help. The video's taking a lot longer than I thought it was, but and go check out Survival Summit. Check out these books that I've gone through. The Lost Ways. Go check out Craig Cardell. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. And go check out his books, his navigation and extreme wilderness survival book. And don't forget about like the wild edibles. And the only book I would add in here is probably growing crops. Doing more gardening, and as far as growing crops go. There's a couple other books I'm looking at. I had one before years ago. Don't know whatever happened to it, but I'm definitely going to pick up a new one and probably add into this kit. I should be able to fit it in here, or maybe find something on a smaller scale, that I can get it in here. But anyways, I'm going to go on Amazon, right now and look at different books. And I was watching the video that City Prepping did, and It was a great video talking about, long-term survival, growing crops and stuff, things to know, and as far as growing. So anyways, guys, hope this can help. Definitely, if you don't have like a prepping library, survival library put together, I definitely highly recommend it. And if you don't have a kit like this, books that that are important to you, that you've read and gone through, and you definitely want to have in that type of situation, I highly recommend you doing that. So, but anyways, guys, take care. God bless, and I hope this could help. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, y'all.